Hello, this is Tammy Hewlett with Swimming and Stamps, and I'm back for our May desktop calendar for 2015. And I have a really fun technique to show you this month. Um, let's start off though with filling in our background. I am looking at the third page of our desktop calendar, and I have highlighted the outside of the calendar. And first I had to hit my delete button to get rid of the paper that was in there, and I've already done that. And now I am opening under the background paper, Summertime Splendor. So I've opened that up, and I am going to drag in this paper right here. It's called, I think, Bouquet, something like that. And I'm going to move it over to about right there just so you can see a little bit of this red flower and maybe a tad bit more, and hit OK, and it's that easy. Okay, now I'm going to do the labels and everything before I get to the butterfly, and we'll leave that for a second video. So first I am going to go to my punches under the resource palette and select the Modern Label punch, which is under Labels and Tags. So go ahead and open that up and drag in the Modern Label punch. You want to size it up a little bit and center it. Now, if you really want it centered perfectly, you can hold the shift key and click your inner layer, and then come up here to arrange, align, and hit, let's see, I think we can hit center. Yeah, there we go. And so it'll center the two pieces perfectly. Okay, then click off of that and click back onto the label, and we're going to color fill that. So I'm hitting the color fill under the design center. Sorry if I'm going too fast. I'm going to select black, and I'm also going over to the design center, and I'm going to select a shadow. Okay, now I'm going to go back over to the resource palette and go back to the basics, and we're going to go find an oval punch, not the wide oval punch. We just want the normal oval punch. Drag that over and center it over your modern label. And this time we're going to paper fill. So I selected paper fill over on the the design center, and you can go through all your papers. I'm actually already down where I want, which is the Summertime Splendor. And I'm going to hit this little plus sign and go to the one that says, Bouquet. The same one we put in the background. When it fills it, it just automatically goes to the center. So what you want to do is double click, and I'm actually going to zoom out a little bit and move it up to here to this like grayer area. Maybe about right there. Zoom out a little bit more. I just wanted it to look a little bit like the outside. Yeah, that's perfect. And then I'm going to put a mat around that, a very tiny one of 1, and it's black, which is what I want. Okay, and then I'm going to add a stamp for the May, and so I selected stamps, and I'm going to go to month by month. This is down here for a little bit, yep. And go down to May. These are alphabetical. And I'm going to drag in the curls. Bring that down a little bit. Center it. Maybe down a little bit more. Okay. And I am going to color match that to the red on this flower. So while it's highlighted, I'm going to select Change Color under the Design Center. And instead of picking from the palette, I am going to select this tab up here that says Picker. And then I'm going to go point my cursor to that red flower and kind of hover over it and get one of the darker shades. Takes a little manipulation here. Aha, that's the one I want. Okay, and the last thing we're going to do in this video is add the taffeta, timeless taffeta trimmings. You can select that it's at the top, usually, of your normal. It's not in the designer kits, it's up at the top. So select timeless taffeta trimmings. This is one you get with your software. And if you scroll way down, you're going to find, oops, is that the right one? Yeah, it is. Okay. I had to question myself there for a second. What we want is the white. Let's see. I'm thinking it might be towards the bottom. Yeah. Okay, so bring that over. And you can see that it is really big. So I'm going to make it a lot smaller. And maybe even smaller than that. And I'm going to also add a drop shadow. Okay, now what I'm going to do is crop it. So about like this for the left side. I may have even decreased this more because I put 2 rows. Okay, so I'm going to kind of put 1 row there, and then I'm going to copy and paste and put, whoops, I didn't mean to do that, so I'm going to hit undo. I was squishing it by accident. You got to hover over it and make sure that you see this little X when you're trying to move it. And if you accidentally move it, otherwise just hit undo and you'll go right back to where you were. Now I'm going to hit crop again, and I'm going to move my crop a little bit just to make it slightly different the second time. Okay, and once I've got both of those, I am going to go to the layer section of the resource palette, and I'm going to stick both of those ribbons behind my label. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, but just grab a straight portion. So while I've got that one highlighted, I'm going to say copy and paste, Control C, Control V, and bring it over here. Hit crop again, move it over to this side now, and hit OK. And then just copy that one more time and move it down and move both of those again under the label. Okay, so that's the easy part. I'll be back for the butterfly next. Thanks.